It was a cold evening when a homeless girl knocked on a stranger's car window. Most people ignored her. Some shouted at her to go away. But one man rolled down his window and did something so small, yet so powerful. That moment changed her life forever. And years later, she came back to find him. What she did next shocked everyone. The city streets were loud, busy, and unforgiving. Cars rushed past. People walked quickly, eyes glued to their phones. No one noticed the small girl standing near the traffic light. Her name was Maya. She was only 12 years old. Her clothes were old and dusty. Her shoes were too big for her feet. And in her hands, she held a small cardboard sign that read, "Hungry, please help." Maya had been living on the streets for almost a year. After her mother died and her father disappeared, she had nowhere else to go. Every day was the same. Stand by the road, knock on windows, hope someone cared. But most people didn't. Some drivers rolled up their windows. Some looked away. Others pretended not to see her. And slowly, Maya began to believe something painful. Maybe she didn't matter. One evening, the rain began to fall. Cars lined up at a red light. Maya walked slowly between them, knocking gently on each window. "Please, I'm hungry," she whispered. No one responded. One driver waved her away angrily. Another shouted, "Go find your parents." She lowered her head and kept walking. Then she reached a black car. Inside sat a man in his late 40s. He looked tired, like he had just finished a long day. Maya knocked softly. For a moment, nothing happened. She sighed and turned to leave. Then, the window rolled down. The man looked at her carefully. "Hey, what's your name?" he asked gently. Maya hesitated. "Maya, are you alone out here?" She nodded. The man's face changed. Not with anger, not with annoyance, but with concern. He reached into his wallet. Maya expected a small coin, maybe $1. Instead, he handed her a warm meal from the passenger seat and a few bills. "Here," he said. Maya's eyes widened. Thank you." But the man didn't stop there. He looked at her sign again. Then he said something Maya had never heard before. "Listen carefully, Maya. You matter." Her throat tightened. No one had ever told her that. He pointed to a nearby bakery across the street. "See that place? Go there tomorrow morning. Ask for Mrs. Carter. Tell her Daniel sent you." Maya blinked in confusion. "Why?" The man smiled. "Because she needs help, and you need a chance." The traffic light turned green. Cars behind him started honking. He quickly added, "Don't forget, tomorrow morning." And then he drove away, leaving Maya standing in the rain, holding food, money, and something she hadn't felt in a long time: hope. The next morning, Maya stood nervously outside the bakery. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. Her stomach growled. "What if he was lying?" she whispered. "What if they chase me away?" But she remembered his words. "You matter." So she pushed the door open. A bell rang. Behind the counter stood a middle-aged woman. "Good morning," she said kindly. Maya swallowed. Daniel sent me." The woman's eyes widened. "Daniel?" She walked closer. "And your name?" "Maya." Mrs. Carter smiled warmly. "Well, Maya, we've been expecting you." Maya's heart skipped. "You have?" Mrs. Carter nodded. "Daniel called last night. He said a very brave girl might come today." Tears formed in Maya's eyes. Brave. No one had ever called her that. Mrs. Carter handed her an apron. "Come on, let's get you something to eat, and maybe a job." Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Maya worked hard. She cleaned tables. She washed dishes. She learned how to bake bread. And for the first time in her life, she had a safe place to sleep. Mrs. Carter helped her enroll in school. Teachers quickly noticed something special about Maya. She was smart, very smart. Years passed. Maya studied harder than anyone else, because she never forgot that rainy night, when one stranger believed in her. Please subscribe for the next part.